Hello, thank you so much for joining me here today. My name is Temperance. Welcome to Temperance and Sage. We are going to see today if you're going to pass the test, exam, whatever you are studying for, are you going to succeed and how is it going to be? What is needing to get a little bit more looked at? We will also check that out there as well. So we have 4 piles here today, and I also have a crystal on each of the pile to make it a little bit easier for you to choose. So starting off with our pile number 1, we do have our snowflake obsidian tower here. Pile number 2, we have our calcite tower. Pile number 3, we have our blue lace tower. And pile number 4, we have our lepidolite tower. I will also give you a second here in silence to be able to focus in on maybe one of the piles or the crystals that are calling out to you the most. Feel free to rejoin back into a tower if you feel like maybe the pile that you first chose is not the pile for you. Feel free to come back to here and re-choose another one. And also, I will have the timestamps down below in the description box as well as in the comment section to choose the pile for you. All right? And make sure to leave me down below a comment. What pile did you choose and does it resonate with you, and how did your exam go as well? Do let me know that down below in the comment section as well, and I will see you in your pile. Hello pile 1, if you have chosen the snowflake obsidian tower, then this pile is for you, pile number 1. So let's dive into your exam. So let us see what we've got going on here. What can you expect? Is it going to be difficult? Is it going to be something that you pass? And how are you feeling right now? So let's get a couple of cards here and see how it goes. So we have one jumping forward here right away. The strength card says that you're pushing through it. There might have been a little bit of difficulty when it comes to progressing through the term, progressing through the course load, or just studying through the idea for this test itself. But you're moving forward with, even if it's just a tad bit of confidence in the moving yourself to pass through this here as well. The strength card is also asking you to persevere, saying that whatever you're doing here is worthwhile. We also have the Hierophant come forward here as well. And the Hierophant is a very beautiful style of card to come forward when it comes to studying, because it's talking about the kind of traditional factor. So school itself, exams itself, traditional factor. This also gives you a little bit of a hint that you already have taken something to this degree of the same style of test, the same style of structure. So if your teacher, your professor, whatever it may be, has handed out past tests or has handed out kind of like a in-class quiz, the questions are going to be very, very similar to that in-class quiz. So you already have the confidence to be able to push through the course load, push through the idea of like what's going to happen. So follow that rooted structure and you will see things move forward. We also have the Page of Pentacles coming forward here as well, which is talking about bringing the value to you. It's saying that whatever you've done for studying is enough. You've done it all. You've done what you need to be doing. Now we need to start really working on the foundational aspects of putting everything together a little bit more and presenting it. So you already have a good foundation. That doesn't mean stop studying. That just means don't worry yourself silly. You already have it rooted in your mind somewhere. So now is the time to start maybe doing some quizzes of quizzing yourself, looking on those past old other tests, looking on the self quizzes that you've done in the class, that sort of degree, that sort of idea, because you're going to have a very successful nature come forward out of this quiz. We also have the King of Pentacles here as well. So you're starting off as the Page of Pentacles, evolving into the King of Pentacles, which means success, opportunity, value, and stability is coming your way. So this looks like you are going to pass the test, pile 1. It seems like you've done a lot of studying and you're somebody who really goes over the fine details of things, somebody who pays attention when it comes to maybe certain patterns or aspects of old teaching. When it comes to the class, you might have wrote down some extra topics that the professor talked about or your teacher talked about in general, when maybe there wasn't even a talk about a test yet, that is really starting to pay off now that you're having this test come forward. We also have the Knight of Wands, the Fool, as well as the Two of Swords coming forward here as well. This is asking you to have a little bit more of a relaxed idea. Relaxing the mind is going to be the best for moving you forward. So you've already done a lot of the rigid work to get this test to come forward. Again, this doesn't mean stop studying, but it means apply a little bit more fun to the studying. Relax your mind a little bit more, because now that you're coming up to this test here, your mind needs to be in a little bit more relaxed state, so it's not going into flight or fight, and then all of a sudden you forget everything that you know. So allow a little bit more of an opportunity of excitement, and allow this confidence to really push you forward from what you know to now being able to apply it. So you already have it in your brain. You already have it somewhere. The answers are in there somewhere. You can recall it by looking through your memory bank here, your little library in the mind, and you will find the answers to the questions. And again, a lot of the answers to the questions are going to come forward from like past tests, things like that. So remember to look through those old tests if you have them, or the quizzes in the class, because it will be some questions from there as well. We also have the Empress come forward here with the Knight of Cups. I think that this quiz, this test, this exam is going to be a breeze for you, my dear. The Empress is the idea of abundance, of being able to just move forward and expand. And the Knight of Cups coming forward here as well says that you're able to move forward with your desire. I think that this test is going to be easy peasy for you. I don't think that it's going to be something that is very much difficult whatsoever. I think afterwards you're going to say, wow, I actually put a lot of effort and energy in, and I'm glad I did that at the root. I'm glad I was really consistent with my studying, or consistent with attending the classes, because it really paid off at the end of the day. I was able to move forward in this test and have it be something that I could pass like nobody's business. We also have the Chariot coming forward here as well, with the Hermit card and the Sun card coming forward as well. The Sun card says absolutely you are going to pass this exam, but you need to make sure you're not being distracted. The Hermit card is saying focus on your journey. Don't focus on what anybody else is doing, what anybody else is studying, what anybody else is up to on social media. Now is the time for your mind and your heart with this Chariot to be in line. So you can relax a little bit when it comes to like how much you might be on your case to study. Allow yourself to be a little bit more free in the mind. Still keep studying, but this is not saying start distracting yourself with other people or other outside things. It's still saying focus in on your track, focus in on your journey, because there's still an avenue for you to be able to move forward in and excel. You still have to get to passing the exam. We still have to do the exam to pass the exam. So don't slack off now and run away with friends, or run away into other activities in any sort of direction, shape, way, or form. But instead, keep on your journey here, because you're going to pass it. You just need to kind of make sure that you still have your eye on the prize of what you want to do, where you want to be. So I would say absolutely. I don't see any sort of difficulty here when it comes to you passing this exam. I think it's something that is going to be fantastic for you. No sort of hesitancies, no sort of difficulties whatsoever. I think it's going to be something very, very easy for you to pass, and something that is going to go your way absolutely. So let us get here a beautiful Moonology card. We have the energy is gaining momentum. Absolutely. You, my dear, I feel like you've done a lot of attending of classes. I don't think you've skipped too many classes here. I think that you've done a lot of studying as well, and it's really paying off. Whatever confidence that you have, keep that confidence and movement forward, because you have such momentum behind you already. You've already pushed the ball. You've already had that idea get started for studying and for moving forward, that you can really just allow that momentum to kind of keep you progressing forward and pass this exam. So I would say absolutely, I think that you're going to pass this. I don't have any sort of hesitancies whatsoever. I do wish you the absolute best of luck in moving forward with your exam here, my dear, but I think that you've already done a lot of the work that needs to be done, and you're on a very beautiful course for passing this exam. All right, so this is what I have for you, pile one. If you are interested in getting any sort of crystal towers, or maybe even a study crystal kit as well, feel free to check out the link down below for my website, temperanceandsage.com. We have lovely, beautiful crystals, and also do personal readings there as well. All right, so best of luck on your exam, pile one, and thank you for joining me for today's reading. Hello, pile two. If you chose an Calcite tower, then this one is for you. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful coloring. So let us dive into your reading here. Let us see if you will pass this exam on what we've got going on here for you. Good luck on your exam, by the way, my dear. Let me know down below in the comment section as well if you did end up passing your exam and what you thought was the hardest thing of it there too. So let us see on if you're going to pass this exam. So we have the Magician. This is a beautiful energy of you basically holding the power. You are in complete control if you pass this exam or if you fail. And that might sound like, oh my gosh, I'm holding the fate of the world in my hands here right now and what's happening next. But this basically says, if you believe it, so it will be. So you're kind of in the state of mind here right now, or moving forward in the direction that if you believe you will pass, you will pass. If you believe you're going to fail, then by golly, perhaps you will just fail. So the Magician coming forward here is saying that the world is in your hands when it comes to your fate of moving forward. The Eight of Pentacles says that you've put in a lot of time and effort into passing this exam, passing this test, trying to move forward to see it, be worthwhile, to see your effort and energy come to be something as well. And it does look like it is paying off. With this particular combination, it's basically like saying you've set your mind to the goal of passing this exam and you are going to see it pay off here with this beautiful energy. Now, we also have the High Priestess coming forward here as well. And so this is asking you to pay attention to your intuition. There's something that your intuition was telling you to re-look over that sort of portion of the exam, to, re-look over one particular question, or that that's going to be a question on the exam. Absolutely, it is going to be a question. Trust your intuition with the High Priestess coming forward. It's very intuitive energy that you have coming forward here with all this kind of bluey, indigo-ish kind of purpley color here, with basically trusting your intuition. This is an intuition color across the board. And having the Magician trusting yourself and having the High Priestess trusting yourself says that you already know basically the questions that are going to be asked on this test, and you already know there is some sort of section on the test that is going to be focused heavily on this one particular idea, and you need to be revising that particular idea there as well. Especially with the Eight of Pentacles, put the effort and energy in and you will see it be prosperous. So Princess of Cups is the Page of Cups in our normal tarot deck here too. This is basically saying that you are going to be able to be fulfilled. It's emotionally fulfillment, an emotional offering, which means that in your heart you're going to be pleased. So if you've been really worried about it because you want to do really well, this is saying that you are going to do fantastic. But you already know that there's one particular portion here at least that you need to be looking at a little bit more. So go ahead and do that there too. On the bottom of the deck, we also have the Moon coming forward here as well. So there is a little bit of a blindsided question on this exam. This could be something that your teacher, your professor only went over for one class. It could be something that is more so a kind of do it yourself or figure it out yourself kind of question. So this can end up being like an opinionated question if you're doing some sort of exam like that, where it's based off of your opinion. You kind of have to work through it or kind of have to work on it. It could be a material there as well, again, that maybe you only saw one time, or maybe you missed that class or something like that. And that's what that question is going to be on. But the Magician coming forward with the same color tone says that you have the power to be able to work through it. So again, there's something here that we need to be re-looking at when it comes to moving forward on this particular exam, but we can move forward and have it be structured. So the Hierophant coming forward here as well says this is going to be very similar to previous tests. The same structure, same sort of idea is going to be the same as a quizzes or the same as a test. The Hierophant is a very traditional style of card. So your teacher, your professor, whomever it may be that is giving you this task, has already shown you how they're going to move it forward, and they will stay quite true to that structure. So if there's been multiple choice questions, if there's been long answer, short answer questions, they're going to stay true to that same sort of format. So it will be easy to follow that way. But again, there's some sort of unknown energy that is going to come forward here, and I'm going to dive into that in a second as well. We also have the Wheel of Fortune coming forward here too. The Wheel of Fortune is green light, go ahead, luck is on your side. So even though we're having a blindsided question come forward, we're basically being able to come out of this blue energy here of needing to trust our intuition through the entirety of studying and through the entirety of the exam to come out with good luck and good fortune. So I do think that you're going to pass this exam, this test. I think that whatever you're studying for here, you're going to see the energy and effort pay off. Let's dive in here as well to see what it's got going on here that we need to see a little bit more of extra energy towards, a little bit more of an extra idea towards what is happening here in order to make sure that you are completely prepared here as well. So let us see, what is this blindsiding thing that is coming forward towards pile 2? We have the Knight of Pentacles as well as the Seven of Pentacles. It's something from the very beginning of the course. It's something from the very beginning, something that would have been, spent a lot of time. It's already piled in the back of the book style of thing. So if you've been only working on things that are like within the last kind of month to 2 months, maybe take a look at the beginning of when this particular test, or, say you have a test that is like 3 months worth of material or something like that. Maybe the things from month 1 is what this blindsided question is going to be about, because this is very long-term energy in the making. So we need to be looking way back as to the beginning kind of portion of when this test covers in order to completely excel at it. Don't just do the stuff that has been lately. We need to be looking back and kind of putting our energy and effort back into the past there a little bit more. We also have the Nine of Wands coming forward underneath that there too, which lets me know as well that you already know that there's this particular portion here, but the Nine of Wands is closing you out to it. So it's basically like saying, oh yeah, that's only going to be a small portion, so I don't have to look at that. No. Look at that, because that might be the blindsiding question that's coming forward here as well. There's some sort of idea here that we need to go back and look at it in order for it to be completely in all directions prepared. But I think that you're going to pass the test. Whatever you know now, you're going to pass the test. That doesn't say stop studying. Keep on studying, keep on moving forward. You're moving forward in a very, very beautiful, very successful style of energy. Whatever you believe here, you'll be able to accomplish. But again, don't just study the things that are like the last 2 weeks. Wherever this test is saying we're doing the test from here to here, start studying that beginning portion as well. Don't leave that behind till last minute, because it does look like there's going to be a blindsiding question on that, but you're still going to have a very, very beautiful outcome. I think the test is going to be a little challenging. I don't think it's going to be something that is overly easy in any sort of way. I think that there's a little bit of a challenging aspect to it, especially with these blindsiding questions here, where you're going to have to trust your intuition with it as well. But I think that again, you're going to be able to move forward with a lot of very beautiful success here as well. So let us see your Moonology card to close it off. So we have 2 wanting to come forward towards you. Communication is the key, and don't let your past hold you back. So if you've been having a hard time when it comes to tests in general, don't let that hold you back. Communication is the key. Speak out to yourself. Maybe even saying your things out loud of what you're studying on, asking yourself, posing yourself these questions out loud. Having somebody else ask you questions and you having to speak out loud to them might be a good idea on how to progress things forward that way too. But don't allow your past to hold you back when it comes to how you've been progressing forward in exams before to what you want to do now. I think that you're going to do really beautifully on this exam, on this test, whatever it is that you're studying for. I think that you're going to do beautifully on it, but I do think it's going to be a little bit challenging. So do prepare for that as well. But this is what we've got going on for you, pile 2. I do hope that it resonates in the best way possible. Again, do let me know down below in the comment section on if you've passed this exam and how did it go there too. And if you are interested in any of the beautiful crystals that you've seen here today as well, they are available on my website, temperanceandsage.com, and I also have a study kit of crystals available on the website there too, so feel free to check that out, all in the description box below. All right, I will see you next time, pile 2. Thank you for joining me here today. Hello, pile 3. If you have chosen this beautiful blue lace crystal, then this is your reading. Blue for blue. Alrighty, so let's dive in here. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see if you will pass your exam. Do let me know down below in the comment section there too if you did pass and what was challenging about the exam. Was it what you expected? Or let us see as well. Alright, so let us see what we got going on for you. All right, so we have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. So it's your manifestation. You have been desiring, speaking it out into the universe, that this is something that you want to see pass. This is something that you want to see yourself excel in. And the Nine of Cups says that it is moving forward in that direction. So let us see what else we've got going on here as well. We also have the Ace of Cups coming forward here as well. I think right away we're basically seeing you pass your exam. Ace of Cups is a beautiful energy of feeling that fulfillment, feeling that desirable energy. The Hanged Man is the only thing that I'm confused or concerned about here as well. So the Two of Pentacles with the Hanged Man coming forward here, the Two of Coins basically says that there's some sort of stalling that you're doing. So I think that you're one of my gifted people, to be very honest. I think that you're somebody who's usually quite gifted, that maybe doesn't necessarily have to study a lot, or maybe somebody who stalls when it comes to studying, somebody who procrastinates or gets kind of, what do you call that? I just learned it the other day as well, like a ADHD pausing, where you have a different task that you're wanting to do in the day. So you kind of just pause the studying because you have something else that you want to do. And I am butchering an explanation of that. But it basically either like your mind can't focus on the studying itself, or you're always thinking about juggling it with something else, trying to find the time with it with something else as well. So the Nine of Cups coming forward with the Ace of Cups, you're definitely going to be pleased with the outcome of your exam, but we need to try to not stall here in some sort of way as well. We also have on the bottom of the deck the Five of Cups coming forward here with the Knight of Swords, as well as the Moon coming forward here as well. I think that it's been really challenging for you to study for this exam. I don't think that it's been something that has been overly easy for you to study for. I think that there's been a lot of troubling energy in the past year as well, with maybe not necessarily feeling enough and wanting a lot quicker of results from yourself than maybe is even physically possible. I think that you excel in ways in life in a lot of areas, and maybe in this particular exam it's something that is a difficult topic for you, or maybe just a difficult topic for you to kind of wrap your mind around. And I don't want you to have this difficult emotions or this challenging feeling on this topic, I should say. I do think that you're going to pass the exam. I don't really see any sort of issues on it, but I see it more of an emotional challenge that we have to kind of come across, because as soon as we get aside from the emotional challenge of it because we want to pass it so badly, that is when we see ourselves excel forward into the unknown factor of what is going to happen, right? So I do think that that may be why you have chosen the blue lace, because it's really good with things like public speaking or easing of anxieties, allowing the worry to go away and bringing more peace into your life there too. There might be an aspect here that we need to kind of allow ourselves to let the worry go and just be more in the present moment as well. I think that if you allow the emotional aspect of things to kind of go away, detach yourself emotionally from this outcome, you will realize that you know a lot of the ideas of it. You know how to excel in this exam. You know what to do. We just need to make sure that we're not stalling when it comes to taking action. Analysis paralysis kind of is what's coming forward here as well. So let us see what else we've got going forward here too. We have the Judgment coming forward here with our beautiful Hierophant. Funny enough, the Hierophant has come forward for every pile thus far. The Hierophant talks about structure. It talks about routine. So you already have had some sort of exam or test like this before. It could be just a structure of the routine of the exam itself that you've already had, or it's going to be pulling questions from previous exams as well. So you already have some sort of idea about what the questions could be like, and the Judgment is asking you to see the signs. This really reminds me of one of those kind of tests or exams that the professor really just uses every year. Or, say it's like a driving test or something like that. It's the same route that you go to your house or that sort of thing. Like you're passing by the same sort of structures. You just have to realize it, because as soon as we get the emotional aspect of maybe the fear or the challenge of trying to pass this exam out the way, we can see how really easy it can be for you to excel and for you to move forward. So I see it being more so of a challenge of studying rather than the exam being an actual challenge. I see you moving forward in the exam in a very beautiful way. I think that you're going to realize afterwards, wow, I really knew this information, or wow, my professor just reused our quiz. It's literally just every quiz that we had all together in one, and now I know the answers to it as well. We have the Two of Swords coming forward here too, with the bottom of the deck being the Eight of Coins. The Eight of Coins is the Eight of Pentacles. The Two of Swords coming forward says that you have to decide that your work is worth effort, that the energy and effort that you have applied into going to these classes, studying for the program, or studying for the test in general is worth it, that it is paying off. I think with the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Cups coming forward says that you have this manifestation really coming forward toward you. You're going to feel pleased with the outcome of this exam, with this test. You just kind of have to allow yourself to feel like, yes, you have studied, yes, you know the answers, yes, you can go ahead and do it, and you will see the emotional challenge of this particular exam kind of go away. So I think that you're going to pass this exam. I think that the studying factor of it may be harder, even more harder than the actual exam itself. I think trying to get yourself to study or trying to be able to understand the studying itself is going to be a lot harder harder than the test even is going to be. I think that, once you look back afterwards, you're going to say, oh, I was way too hard on myself when it came to this exam. I knew the topics, I knew the ideas. It was just a factor of allowing myself to kind of think about them, or allowing myself to kind of be okay with the factor that I did put effort and energy into it. That it is actually paying off. So I want to grab you one more card here before we grab our Moonology card as well. So we have two more cards coming forward. We have the King of Wands as well as the Nine of Coins. These are two cards of confidence. We have the literal peacock coming forward here, or I should say we have the, it looked like a peacock feather here, but it's actually a phoenix peacock combination. So we need to have the confidence here of the peacock and have a little bit of the renewal of ourselves and our opinion of ourselves and our idea of ourselves with the phoenix. The Nine of Coins is the Nine of Pentacles. That says that you have a lot of value in your ideas and you're very stable in yourself here, my dear. So you need to trust that you know the answers, that you can pass this exam, and you will see yourself soar with flying colors. So I absolutely think that you're going to pass this exam, but I think studying is going to be a little bit hard. I don't think the exam itself is going to be hard, but I think studying, getting yourself to study, is going to be the most difficult portion here of this entirety of this exam. So let us see for your Moonology card. We have Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back come forward here as well. So don't let your past hold you back when it comes to trying this exam, trying to move forward. If you've already taken this exam and you failed it, don't worry about that. You will pass this exam. You will see yourself move forward. If again, you've had trouble studying for this exam, don't worry about that. Keep on pushing forward and you will see yourself pass it. So don't let your past hold you back. You will see yourself pass this test or exam, whatever it is here that you are studying for. All right, so this is what I have for you, pile 3. I do hope that it resonates in the best way possible, and if you did enjoy this reading, be sure to let me know down below in the comment section there as well. And if you are interested in this beautiful blue lace crystal or even a study pack of crystals as well, feel free to check out my website, temperanceandsage.com. The link is down below in the description box as well. All right, I will see you in another reading here next time, pile 3. Hello, pile 4. If you have chosen this beautiful lepidolite crystal, then this is the one for you. So let's dive in here. Are you going to pass your exam, your test, whatever it is that you're studying for? Let us see if you will see yourself soar with flying colors or need to go back to the drawing board. Let us see, let us see. So are you going to pass this test, and what do you need to know about it here as well? All right, so we have the Tower card coming forward here with the Three of Cups. All right, so this lets me know here already that maybe there's been a little bit of high expectations for yourself that you're worried about, and you might also compare yourself to others here with the Three of Cups. So first and foremost, stop comparing yourself to others and how other people have either passed this exam, studied for this exam, worked this exam up in any sort of way. Let's cut that out right off the window. Also with this Tower here as well, it's basically like saying, however we're needing to study here, we're needing to look at it in a little bit of a different way. All right, so we also have the Two of Wands coming forward here with the Empress. We need to be kind of looking at the opportunities of the future a little bit more rather than looking towards the past. So however you studied for exams or tests in the past, this one might be a little bit more challenging than that one. I still think you're going to excel and expand and pass this test, absolutely. It does look like that is going to happen, but it does look like we need to kind of change a little bit on how we're moving forward here in order to pass it. So you might be somebody who compares themselves to others a lot more, or even compares yourself to your past self there too, trying to outdo who you were in the past or how you did on the last test, or trying to keep your average up at a specific, point system. And this is asking you to kind of look beyond where you are right now. Plan for the future a little bit more. Instead of trying to move forward in this specific way, we need to look at it in a little bit of a different way there too. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords, we have the King of Wands, and we also have the Fool. I think this test is going to be a little bit of a wild curveball here. The Page of Swords is asking you to look in a new direction when it comes to information. So this could mean that you're revising things that you don't need to be revising. Like you already know that that information. You've read that chapter 10 times already. You've done those cue cards 10 times already. We need to be looking at the other things that you're not looking at here right now. The Empress is expanding in all directions, right? The Two of Wands is looking to the future where you have yet to go. So whatever you're building up here, you've already revised that. Let's start revising the other things that we need to be looking a little bit more attention at there too. The Fool says that to a degree, we can have a little bit maybe overconfidence in ourselves in certain aspects that we're kind of neglecting here as well. We also have the Five of Swords coming forward with the Knight of Wands there too. The Five of Swords is like looking towards the past, and I wish I had kind of done things a little bit differently. I wish I hadn't neglected those two subjects. I wish I hadn't moved forward with such confidence on the subjects that I just kind of left behind. So I would definitely say that when it comes to moving forward, there's certain ideas or topics that you're leaving behind that you need to be looking at. Just saw this one here too. We also have the Four of Wands here as well. So basically you have enough of an idea on the core subject or whatever you're studying for here to be able to pass it. But if you want to do a little bit more, if you want to be able to excel in a little bit more, we need to start looking at those topics that we're forgetting to look at here, or we're just kind of, saying, oh, those are easy, let me just not look at those. There might be something there that you need to review in order to have it completely move forward, but you are going to pass. This might be the difference of a 51 versus a 75, so like a C versus an A minus type of thing. We also have the Queen of Wands coming forward here as well, with the High Priestess there too. The Queen of Wands is also an aspect of confidence, and the High Priestess is a secret, but the High Priestess is also your intuition. So there's some sort of idea within inside of you here that you're allowing your intuition to kind of not be the biggest voice within inside of you, and allowing the more confidence side of you to kind of say, yes, I already know this subject, and I want you to go revise it. Whatever you're kind of pushing back in any sort of way, I want you to go revise that. There might be something in there that needs to be a little bit more points towards the system, like you need to have done it the specific way the instructor said or something like that, that you might forget to do if you don't go ahead and look back at that formula or look back at the way that the professor wants it or the teacher wants it, whomever it may be. So I would definitely revise the things that you think, oh yeah, that's perfectly easy, I don't have to worry about that. Still go ahead and revise them there too. The Knight of Swords coming forward with the Five of Cups says that if you try to rush yourself forward, it's going to be challenging and it's going to be difficult. So don't try to rush the exam in any sort of way. Do a slow and steady wins the race style of mentality when you're trying to go through this exam. So don't rush it. Don't be like trying to be the first one to finish the exam in any sort of way. Just allow yourself to take your time, work through it, check over your answers, make sure that you have everything in line when it comes to how the specific instructor has asked for things to be, making sure that you're checking that all of your, I's are dotted, T's are crossed, whatever it may be that you need to look at. If it's like a mathematics, exam in any sort of way, try to make sure that you have everything lined up where you're showing the answer. You're not just jumping to the answer, you're showing how you got to the answer there as well. Again, not rushing to conclude or not rushing to try and move past the challenge itself. So reread your exam. Once it's done, reread it, look over the questions, see if you're missing anything there too, because you don't want to be rushing past anything. So I definitely think that you'll pass this exam. I think that you'll pass this test, absolutely. They think the only challenge in passing this test is going slow. I think that you'll try to rush to the end of the test here instead of taking your time and going slowly. I think that might be a little bit of ego involved in thinking that you know a lot, but needing to make sure that you actually know the things that you feel like you know a lot on. Also too, I would definitely say, again, take your time and re-go over the things that you think that you already, those things are so easy, I don't need to look over them. Try to look over them, because I feel like your intuition has been trying to tell you that, but ego might say, oh yeah, I don't need to look over that because it's so simple. Go ahead and look over that. Also, stop overly studying the material that you already know, right? Sometimes we go through cue cards, we go through like practice tests too many times that we're not actually learning anything anymore. We're just regurgitating, we're re-saying things out that we have already listened to time and again, because we keep testing ourselves on the same idea. So start testing yourselves on a little bit outside of what you've been doing right now to kind of bring forward all four corners of the test together and re-look over the things that you think, oh, those things are so easy, because there might be something in there that you forget. And again, make sure that you're taking your time with this test and not trying to rush it in any sort of way. But I do definitely think that you are going to pass the test. All right, so we have the energy is gaining momentum here. You've already put a lot of effort and energy in. You can really see yourself go ahead and pass it. So again, the Four of Wands coming forward here says at bare minimum, you're going to pass a test. If it's pass or fail, you get the pass. If it's on a grading system, you might just get the pass. Say you need a 50% to pass, you would get like a 51 style of thing if you just go forward the way that you are right now. If you want more than that, again, we have to be looking at these other areas that we need to be studying a little bit more, but the energy is gaining momentum, meaning that you are going to pass the test. All right, so this is what I have for you for your reading. I do hope that it resonates in the best way possible here, pile 4. If you are interested in any of the crystals up on the website, feel free to check them out, temperanceandsage.com. I also have a study pack available on the website there too, so feel free to look at that. And let me know down below if you did resonate with this reading and if you've passed your test and how did it go there too. All right, thank you so much, pile 4.